Welcome to One India News Hour. 5G is set to play a key role in connecting edge computing. An obvious question is, what does the future hold for edge computing? Many say that the edge is going to become as ubiquitous as the cloud in the tech industry, as we expect 5G to increase the speed up to 10 times that of 4G, whereas mobile edge computing reduces latency by bringing compute capabilities into the network closer to the end user. 5G and edge computing are both poised to significantly improve the performance of applications and enable huge amounts of data to be processed in real time. Experts are commenting that 5G and edge computing are opening a world of new revenue opportunities across manufacturing, transport, gaming and more. The edge computing opportunity should be seen in a larger context of the enterprise opportunity, where edge computing will be an enabler for many broader use cases. According to a new Gartner report, around 10% of enterprise-generated data is created and processed outside a traditional centralized data center or cloud. By 2020, Gartner predicts this figure will reach 75%. Gartner defines edge computing as solutions that facilitate data processing at or near the source of data generation. For example, in the context of the Internet of Things, the sources of data generation are usually things with sensors or embedded devices. Edge computing serves as the decentralized extension of the campus networks, cellular networks, data center networks, or the cloud. 5G and edge computing are two inextricably linked technologies, and both are poised to significantly improve the performance of applications and enable huge amounts of data to be processed in real time. Let's look into today's headlines in Var India. Supreme Court sends notice to WhatsApp and Facebook over new privacy policy. The Supreme Court on Monday issued a notice to WhatsApp and its parent company Facebook in connection with the plea challenging its new privacy policy. The apex court has sought a response from Facebook in 4 weeks. You may be a $2 to $3 trillion company, but people's privacy is more valuable for them, and it is our duty to protect their privacy, a bench headed by Chief Justice S.A. Bobde told Facebook and WhatsApp. The petition seeks that WhatsApp be restrained from implementing this new privacy policy in India and be directed to apply the privacy policy which is made applicable to users in the European Union region. Government liberalizes mapping policy, allows free access to geospatial data. Announcing change in India's mapping policy, the centre liberalized regulation on geospatial data, making it freely available in the country for innovation and IT companies. The change is made specifically for Indian companies through updating the current guidelines pertaining to developing map technologies. Prime Minister Narendra Modi on the development said that liberalizing the acquisition and production of geospatial data is a massive step towards the country's vision for an Atmanirbhar Bharat. The Government of India announced that it is setting free the process of map making and generation of geospatial data, which will give private companies the freedom to handle that information without prior approval or any restrictions. Till now, mapping data was only handled by the central government's Survey of India, but with the changes announced by the Department of Science and Technology today, any Indian company can take part in the process and profit from it. 4 banks in the country to get privatized. The 4 banks on the shortlist are Bank of Maharashtra, Bank of India, Indian Overseas Bank and the Central Bank of India. 2 officials told Reuters on condition of anonymity as the matter is not yet public. Sources said the government is considering mid-sized to small banks for its first round of privatization to test the waters. In the coming years, it could also look at some of the country's bigger banks, the officials said. As per the sources from bank unions, Bank of India has a workforce of about 50,000 and Central Bank of India has 33,000 staff, while Indian Overseas Bank employs 26,000 and Bank of Maharashtra has about 13,000 employees. Police busts SIM swapping gang. 10 hackers who stole over $100 million in cryptocurrencies from celebrities and influencers in a rash of SIM swapping attacks have been apprehended in an international sweep coordinated Europol. A total of 8 criminals have been arrested on 9th of February as a result of an international investigation into the series of attacks targeting high-profile victims in the United States. These arrests follow earlier ones in Malta and Belgium of other members belonging to the same criminal network. The criminals worked together to access the victims' phone numbers and take control of their apps or accounts by changing the passwords. IKEA acquires 49% stake in Ikano Bank. Furniture retailer IKEA acquired a 49% stake in Ikano Bank with the aim of offering a full suite of banking services in-store and online. The acquisition is done by the parent company Ingka Investments and is described as a decisive step into financial services that will help make IKEA more affordable, accessible and sustainable. Kristen Matson, Managing Director, Ingka Investments, commented, "The significant investment in Ikano Bank is an exciting step for Ingka Investments into the banking sector." Bitcoin nears $50,000, expects to get more tractions. Bitcoin hit a new record high and approached $50,000, building on its record rally as Wall Street and Main Street increasingly adopted the world's biggest cryptocurrency. Bitcoin recently stood at $48,800 on Sunday morning, up 3.2%. It had traded as high as $49,714 earlier in the day. At the same time, the rival cryptocurrency Ether hit a record on Saturday and is up about 150% year to date. The impact comes with the first announcement by Elon Musk, and now BNY Mellon made other institutions are spurred to more rapid adoption and deployment of digital assets. Secondly, the announcement by the city of Florida to embrace Bitcoin in its operations is a move that could bring dividends in terms of attracting technology companies. Experts say Bitcoin and other virtual currencies appear to be increasingly entering the mainstream as an asset and routine payment vehicle. There will be 4.5 billion mobile video call users by 2025. A study from Juniper Research has found that the number of mobile video calling services reached 1.8 billion globally in 2020, rising from 1.2 billion in 2019. This represents a growth of 50% over 12 months as the COVID-19 pandemic fueled the need for remote communication services. It predicts that the number of mobile video calling services users will continue to grow, reaching 4.5 billion users by 2025, representing 50% of global mobile subscribers. The research also predicts that the global number of VoLTE connections will reach 5.5 billion by 2025, rising from 3.3 billion in 2021. Hiranandani Group to invest rupees 10,000 crores in West Bengal. Hiranandani Group has entered into a memorandum of understanding in West Bengal to set up an industrial, logistics and hyperscale data center park in the region. The combined investment by the group and their customers is estimated to cross rupees 10,000 crores. The group has signed an MOU with Hindustan Motors to acquire a 100-acre land at Uttarapara, Kolkata to set up an integrated logistics and hyperscale data center park by Hiranandani Group companies, Greenbase and Yota respectively, the company said in a statement, and the first phase of the industrial and logistic park will be up and running by June 2022 and the first data center building will be ready by June 2023. Samsung unveils Galaxy F62 with 7000 mAh battery. Innovation is always a constant process in Samsung. The Samsung Galaxy F62 is the second smartphone in Samsung's Galaxy F series. The first smartphone was the Galaxy F41 that was launched in the second half of 2020. The mid-range smartphone Galaxy F62 has been launched with a 7nm Exynos 9825 processor and a quad rear camera setup. The smartphone will go on sale on Flipkart starting February 22nd. It comes with 3 color options, that is Radiant Green, Radiant Blue and Radiant Grey color options. The beauty of the phone is it has quad rear camera setup that includes a 64 megapixel primary shooter, a 12 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, a 5 megapixel depth sensor and a 5 megapixel macro lens. Cinedigm acquires Screenbox to focus on global expansion and distribution. Cinedigm announced it has acquired Screenbox, a streaming service that caters to all things in the horror and thriller movie genre. The service is widely available and can be accessed on mobile devices, the web, connected TVs as an Amazon Prime channel and more. The acquisition of Screenbox is another huge streaming opportunity for Cinedigm, said Chris McGurk, Cinedigm chairman. To conclude, edge computing was developed due to the exponential growth of IoT devices which connect to the internet for either receiving information from the cloud or delivering data back to the cloud. And many IoT devices generate enormous amounts of data during the course of their operations. Edge is transforming the way data is being handled, processed and delivered from millions of devices around the world. The explosive growth of internet-connected devices, the IoT, along with new applications that require real-time computing power, continues to drive edge computing systems. Artificial intelligence and 5G are intrinsically linked to edge computing and the hybrid cloud. 5G fuels edge computing in the cloud, which will lead to more opportunities for AI and automation. Hybrid cloud computing leverages edge computing. The principal difference in edge computing is you typically keep the computing platform or device near an IoT device that produces data. In the case of hybrid cloud, you want to keep the data on private or public clouds as close to the source, that is application, as possible. In both cases, you gain the advantage of lower latency and better logical partitioning of the data. That's it for the day. Do like, share, comment and subscribe to War India News Magazine. You can download the War India app from Google Play Store for the latest news and updates. So stay tuned. Thank you.